Bonjour, bonsoir, buenos dias, buenas noches. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. So today we're going to be talking about Power Book Ghost, episode 9, Married to the Game. Crazy episode. All right, definitely let me know what you thought down below for this episode. So, I mean, we start off with, the wedding is about to approach for Noma and Cane. And they about to have a little dinner party with her family and his family, you know what I'm saying, to just kind of make sure that things are good. Oh my, sorry guys, I was checking my internet speed and that thing is slow. I need to restart my router. But anyway, so yeah, the tension between the two families was insane. Like, you could just definitely feel it. And they were talking crazy about Cane. Like, they was letting out all the secrets for both Cane and from Noma. It was just a lot. Definitely a lot. So Carter, he got business now, quote unquote, and he was saying that he wanted Tyriq to handle it because he's young and, he's all with the they thems and, he's with like all the stuff that the young people is down with. So he would be the best person for the job because he's like, don't you have Drew to do that for you? He's supposed to be your right-hand man, but he's like, nah, like I want you to do it. He like quickly sunned him real quick. I was like, dang, Tyriq, you won't really take that for real? Now, Drew, I swear, he's like a totally different person. At this point, Drew is just on some like whatever, like I guess like facing death in jail and also just like being incarcerated in general. He just became a whole new person. Like, he's just so ruthless now. Like, you can't talk to him crazy because he will come back at you. I kind of like this version of Drew though. I do. I can't say I don't like it. It's cool to see him like about his business, you know what I mean? And people can't play with him. So both Monet and Noma, they are starting to have some kind of little truce, or so it seems, at this little dinner that they were having. And Noma even gives her the keys to get some stuff to get, like, because she was saying that she wanted security for her kids and stuff like that. And she was like, I got you. Gave her some keys and everything, told her go to Staten Island. So I was like, seem a little weird, but okay, I guess. This is a little too easy for my liking, but if you like it, I love it. So Diana, she's not good mentally. She couldn't even do her quiz. It's just like at this moment, she got so much going on. She literally first got beat up, kicked, left for dead in an alley, lost her baby, and she was getting all prepared for this. This was something that she was like excited about. It would have gave her a way out. It would have gave her a sense of hope, a sense of joy, and she lost that as well. And she just feels like she's literally lost, like, just in general, just in life, because now it's like everything that she was about to have is just like kind of gone, So, I mean, normally people would want to seek therapy or something, at least in this day and age. But, the type of family that she has, it's not always easy to seek professional help. So Noma, she was getting it in with Davis. I mean, they look like they have so much chemistry, so much passion. And I think the thing that Noma really likes about doing it with Davis is that I feel like she can dominate him. You saw how she was choking him up and holding him down, and I was like, okay, Noma, yes, give it to him. Show him who the dominatrix is. And then Effie and what's his name was getting into Effie and Cane. And I was like, that one was more like sensual passion, But I feel like both of these couples really go well and mesh with each other, It just seemed right. I feel like most likely with her and Cane, I feel like it's almost like battle of who has the biggest kahunas, who has the biggest balls. That's what I kind of feel like between the two of them, because both of them want to be the power. They want to be the powerhouse. They want to be the boss of the relationship, the head in the relationship. So I can definitely see them like, I'm on top. No, you're on top. Let's go here. Let's go there, But yeah, so Monet, she ends up going to Staten Island, and boom, there was Tyriq, and they almost pull out guns. They pull out guns on each other, like, hold up, what you doing here? What you doing here? Then boom, 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 the Russians was there. But luckily, Diana had heard through the grapevine when Effie was talking to Cane. Her and Drew had both heard, like, hold up, wait a minute, they send in Monet to Staten Island. Noma sent her to Staten Island, but hold up, wait a minute, Tyriq is getting sent to Staten Island too. Something ain't right. Diana's brain, even though it is not mentally well there, she's there for the game. Like, she was like, that's not my mama can teach me this. Something ain't right. You know, her radar went off. She told Drew, let's go. They got there just in the nick of time because them Russians was about to blow their brains out. Luckily, when they got there, you know, they boom, boom, boom. They took them down. They set up things to kind of make it look like Monet and Tyriq both got offed, but it didn't even happen like that. You know what I'm saying? So then now they had to come up with a plan to make sure that they get both Carter and Noma, because these were the people that set this up. So now they see that Noma and Carter are actually working together. And they made it look like, you know, they was going so that way they could move in silence, you know what I mean? So now it was time for this wedding. The two of them got married. You know, it could have been a beautiful wedding, you know. Davis had to end up taking out the new Obi because homie was about to spill the beans. He was over here saying, oh yeah, the Russians, he didn't report back. Like, I gotta talk to Noma. Davis took him out, like literally took him out, you know, took him somewhere. He looked like he was nervous out of his backside, like he was so freaking nervous. And I'm like, damn, he ain't cut out for this. Like, he's the one to defend the bad guys. He's not the bad guy for real. Like, he's not about this. Like, hopefully he didn't leave nothing around, you know, where he can get where he can actually get, you know, seen that it was him, you know, verified or whatever that it was him. Hopefully, you know, he didn't leave anything at the scene of the crime. He almost shot the dude, but luckily he was able to take him out with his bare hands. And then he ended up going to the wedding, so he had an alibi. He could always, I was at the wedding the whole entire time. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So he got something to say that he wasn't around it. That wasn't him. So with that being said, Tyriq, he found out through Drew that Carter actually he goes to confessional, you know what I'm saying, I think every day at 4 p.m. something like that. So that was the plan. They had to round up Effie, round up Brayden. He told Brayden, make sure you're not on that white stuff, you know what I'm saying, make sure your head, your mind is clear, because we need this plan to go flawlessly. Effie, she was a little reluctant because now she just got into this program, this robotic program, and this is like taking out a cop. So she just got into this program. She was a little reluctant, but she does want to get out of the game so she'll be able to actually go to the program. So it's a little bit of a catch-22 for her, but you know what, she said F it. She's like, I'm gonna do it. So she ends up agreeing. She has to be the hacker to take down the cameras. Everything was running smoothly. Plan was in motion. Of course, Brayden didn't listen. He still took a little bit of that sniffy sniff. And she's looking at him like, what are you doing? Didn't he say not to do this? And he's like, what he doesn't know won't hurt him. Sniffy sniff. Like, Brayden, you don't know what you be doing. Like, you become somebody else. You a crash out when you do this type of stuff. Like, dude, no. Ugh. So, that boom, 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 that went down. And then now Tyriq was ready to take him out during the confessional, had the silencer on, everything was ready to take him out, and then boom, things took a turn for the left. And freaking Carter reversed things on him, ended up taking him, handcuffing him. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Like, Tyriq, why don't you know how to fight yet? Like, he know how to shoot, but he don't know how to fight. Like, do y'all know that? He's not a fighter. I'm like, dang, here we go. So now Tyriq ends up in the car. Here comes Brayden and Effie coming to save the day, doing what they gotta do. They driving. Well, he's the one driving, Brayden. High as a kite, but driving. And she's like, what are you gonna do? Like, what's the plan? Homie ain't have no plan. His plan was, let's use our car to knock into their car and just hope that no one dies. You know what I mean? Like, bro, what the fuck are are you really doing for real? Like, you could have killed everybody. You could have killed your boy inside the car. The car could have freaking blew up. Someone could have went through the car and just kill off everybody. Like, what the hell were you really doing? He wasn't thinking, though, because he had that cocaine up in his system. So now something went through the thing. Luckily, nobody was dead for real, but Carter and Tyriq did get, you know, kind of battered. Finally, Tyriq woke up and he's like, yo, what happened? What did you do? And Carter's just like, you know, if I'm not back soon, the whole New York City's gonna be looking for me, just to let you know. And I'm like in my head, like, yo, homie probably has a tracker maybe in his car. He probably has a tracker on his phone. Like, you guys really think about this? Did you throw away the evidence? Did you throw away those types of things, all the trackers that could possibly surround him that would point everyone right to your location? Yeah, highly don't think that he did, because he's high off that cocaine. I was just like, yo, this is like, that was like some wicked work. Like, yo, you literally used your car that you're driving. Like, even Effie could have got hurt because she was on the side that he was using to crash into the other car. I was like, yo, this is literally insane right now. So following that, things just got really crazy, because now Noma knows that Tyriq is alive, so she wanted to get ahead. She's like, don't let, if Monet comes in, she told her uncle, brother, cousin, whoever the freak that guy was, I think it was the brother, to make sure that, you know, he shoots her on sight, pretty much. Ask questions later. Shoot on sight, ask questions later. And, you know, he's down for the cause. So that was that. And then they end up taking out Cane's family members. And mind you, Cane didn't know nothing that was going on. His cousins, they took him out, Lil Durk and them. They take out Diana and Drew, because, you know, they was part of the plan. Took them out. And they was able to get away because Mona came and saved the day. Boom, boom, got him. You know what I'm saying? And then now she kidnapped her new husband. I'm talking about Noma. She kidnapped Cane, had him tied up to a chair, telling him that he got to choose between his family or her. He's like, yo, are you fucking insane? I'm going to choose my family at the end of the day. Like, the way that I grew up, my mother had to be there for me. She had to save me. Like, you feel like, oh, this is such a toxic situation, but nah. This is the life. Like, this is the way people like me that grew up where I grew up, this is what we had to do. This is the kind of family that we had. My mother protected me, you know, with everything that she had, you know, and that her hearing that, because she was outside the door, because she had told the gunman to make sure to bring her to her son. So she was standing outside listening. And you know, I know that really like touched her heart for real, to hear her son say these words about her. So she came to save the day, because she's like, nah, like, I'm not leaving without my son at the end of the day. And it's crazy because everybody was telling him before he did it, are you sure you want to do it? She had a heart to heart with him, like, yo, this is not a good idea. Like, she don't care about nobody but herself. But he was just, you know, young people are so stuck in their own ways. And I don't even want to say young people, but young people, like, even myself when I was younger, even today, I could be stubborn. Like, somebody would tell me something, and if I don't feel at that moment that it's the right thing to do, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And most human beings, I would say, are like that, but young people are a little more impulsive a lot of times. But it's like, you tell them, you got that knowledge, that wisdom, and you try to impart that on them, and it's like, nah, I'm gonna do what I want to do, ma. Like, you don't know. Or I hear you, but I'ma still do what I want to do. So that's exactly pretty much what he did, and he had to suffer the consequences because, you know, he didn't want to listen to people that saw things that he didn't see. You know, and I mean, I feel like all throughout the show, we've seen Cane just kind of like be a crash out and just kind of like do his own thing. Like, even during times where he should have listened to someone else. He didn't always make the best decisions. So, and that's pretty much what happened here. And, you know, she was trying to make him pick between his mother and her. And he's like, F you. Like, I'm not going to pick you at the end of the day. Like, nah. I'll always pick my mother's. I'm going to always have my mother's back. That's it. Point blank, period. So she heard that. And, you know, she was getting the people, getting the gunmen and stuff like that. And when she heard that, Noma said something about like, oh, your son chose you over my family or something like that. And she was like, now he has to suffer the consequences. Literally, he was like on the floor, couldn't even move because he's tied up in the chair. and his mother came to his rescue. She literally sacrificed herself in order to distract them and just pretty much go mayhem, go buck wild, be diabolical on everybody, like just go crazy, like literally insane. And I was just like, damn, that's a mother's love right there. Like, that's wild. Honestly, I don't know if I had the cojones to throw myself into like bullets for my child, but like anything else, like, yeah, like you're not about to play with my kids, like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, she definitely made sure that she put herself out there, and now Monet's gone, you know, all that blood. And I that's how I feel like this is gonna end, like with a lot of bloodshed. There are gonna be good people that are gonna die, because at the end of the day, this is the last season. So it's like people that we love and, you know, have characters that we have grown to love are going to be going, you know. It's sad, but it's true. And she was the first main character to actually leave, and there's no way you can come back from that. Like, only if they show like her ghost, you know, talking to Cane or whatever. That's the only way we're gonna see her come back, like how Ghost was coming back before. But other than that, we ain't about to see her, because there ain't no way she could come through out for this one. Like the last one, she came through. This one, And this is sad for Diana. You know, I feel almost even more than everybody else. Well, I feel like for Diana and for Cane. I mean, for all of them, but for those two, because Cane, I feel like she did it for him, and he literally watched that. He's seen the whole entire thing. The other two, they came in when towards the end. For Diana, she already lost her child. You know, she lost her sense of being. She literally killed someone's mother while the child was upstairs. So it's like, someone took your kid, you took their mother, you know, and this kid was innocent. It was an eye for an eye, but an eye for an eye will make the whole world blind, as they say. So that was that. And then, you know, now she's lost her parent, her other parent. Now it's like she's definitely going to be like really truly lost. Maybe she'll become the next queen pin to take over the legacy, because it's like at this point she has so much pain and so much hate and so much hurt in her heart. It's like, where do you go from here, you know? And the streets is really the majority of what she knows. So I don't know, I guess we'll see. That would be kind of interesting if she were to get a spin-off, but I don't know if she's that much of a main character for that. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, Monet's gone, y'all. R.I.P. to Monet. That was a crazy sick episode. Wicked. Woo! Let me know what y'all thought about that episode, y'all, though. I saw so much pain in Cane's eyes. This should be interesting, because at the end of the day, he's still married to this woman. I don't know how good that prenup is, but maybe Davis would be able to change things around now, and maybe they can take her out. Then he can have all the money and give Davis some, as well as everybody gets a split, whatever, you know, and they just live a good life. But it looks like there's going to be a lot more drama, y'all. It's going to be crazy. All right, guys. I will see you guys on the next one later.